Wiggly wobbly wiggly. Ooh. Cheers, North Rotting
Hey! I thought I'd never see you guys again.
Clap if you care.
Sorry. I've been gone for a while if you haven't noticed. Don't notice. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know. You guys have been in the back of my mind.
Alright, so y'all just seen that corny ass shit.
Right, on the point, because my face muscles are already hurting. Hello, welcome to the first section of this video, which is at-home party. Maybe I should do it that way. At-home party. Right? This whole section isn't going to be about the at-home party. This is just when this first section of the summer ends. It ends with the at-home party. Which I call it at-home party. I feel like it was more of a gathering at the time. Because those who were there. I think it went quite well. Could have gone better though. Well, so...
Hello.
Oh, hello?
Hi, what's your biggest damn don't stop today?
Can I do what?
The main things about this section of the summer is that loneliness. Loneliness was a very, very big part of it, I found. If you see me looking down, it's because I have notes, guys. You know it by now. I have notes, and I didn't write my notes properly, so I'm just kind of gonna edit this part out. Anyways. Right. So the main element of this section of the summer was loneliness. I found that I was very much stuck by myself a lot of times, which was fun at first, of course, because it gave me more freedom. I was by myself a lot, only because my house was more empty, but because I don't know, I was just given more freedom because it was the first bit of summer holidays, it's the best. Yes, it's the best. But then I just started feeling this intense loneliness. And I think I've never actually felt that way before because I've been so used to having my house filled, having people around me, that suddenly having silence was very chilling. It was very reflecting. I mean, usually when I'm by myself, I find time to reflect, look upon what happened in the past, present, and future. But instead, that season, I was more just stuck wallowing, which is weird because of course it's summer, it's sunny outside. What are you doing wallowing, girl? And I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just at the time, the thoughts in my head were just so scary to, to confront, that I just decided the easiest thing to do was just to be quiet and not confront them. And also around that time was when I was trying to organize as much as possible all the time because I had the freedom of having less people in the house, so I could just go out whenever. So it was more of a thing of hey, do you want to go out? Hey, do you want to go out tomorrow? Hey, do you want to go out the next day tomorrow? And it'd be I would be chasing that kind of comfort that I should have been seeking within myself, but I was finding in other people, or temporarily with other people. And I knew that I wouldn't find actual comfort and peace within the company of other people, because as much as I love the people I hang out with, love you all.
I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty, nasty, nasty.
It is a situation of I know myself, but you know yourself best, And I thought I could seek out comfort, but I know how to comfort myself best, and I knew I wasn't doing myself justice. I was just kind of ignoring it and looking for the temporary fix. And then every single time it'd go away, I'd feel empty, and I'd look for more, and I wouldn't get any. So that was great. And I think that that part of the summer. Once my house was filled again and it felt a little bit more the same, I think it taught me how comfortable I've been with everything, with all my situations. That the minute a bit of change happens, I just suddenly feel so like insecurely within myself, like so unsure of everything around me, so untrusting of myself that I just kind of ignore everything and bury it, which I think is a bit obvious. That's not a very good coping mechanism. So I think the ending note to this, if you notice, I've made the clip very much shorter. Usually this would be a whole ass video, but no, it's gonna be a little bit shorter. I think the ending note of this is just be truthful to yourself. You know, since you deserve not to feel like shit. You know? I was being like an asshole to myself. Like I wasn't confronting any feelings I was feeling at that time. I just wasn't in, like, I don't know how to feel it. I was just penting up all my feelings and sleeping it off. And then the next day those feelings would resurface. Oh my god. Resurface. and I'd just feel equally sad, if not more, because I was aware that I was not only burying them, but also that I had more things to confront, and it just piled up to a certain point where I would just have these frequent breakdowns all the time. And that wasn't great. Really, it wasn't great. So, I think a way to combat with that is not neglecting myself, not treating myself like shit, which is doing stuff like talking to myself, you know, just like journaling, listening to music, doing stuff that grounds me, reminds me who I am, reminds me why I'm here. It's just like pampering myself and doing things not for doing things, but doing things because they make me feel good or because they make me feel like I have a purpose, which is important because we're humans, and at the end of the day we're just like on a floating rock. So it's like, why don't we have fun while we're on this floating rock? Why not that, guys? Hey, where's the opinion? What if we have fun?
Tea. Ooh. No. Yes. Ah! Oh my gosh.
But yes, this is the end of section 1. Oh my god, well done, you made it. And well done to me, because I yapped for less than 10 minutes. It's nearly 7 minutes, we're not going to talk about that. Well, actually, technically, I want to see how much this clip is edited down. I guess we're going to see. Imagine me just editing. Hey, so now it's only 4 minutes. What the fuck? You yapping bitch. Well, hope you enjoyed this section. On to the next one.
You know the music seems so loud. I better spin the love this count. Maybe it's better despair, because it's not the way the thing we want to say.
Where, Rachel?
Oh my god.
Show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
You're Bobby. You wanna go for a ride? Jump in. I'm a Bobby boy in the Bobby world. Like plastic, it's fantastic.
Hey guys, hey. Haven't seen you in a while, have I?
2, 1.
I'm sorry. Hi, welcome back to part 3. The final part. It's final. It's a final. It's the final part. There's no pun in it. I just wanted to say it's the final part. I'm just letting you know. This is the last time I'm gonna see you for a while. I'm gonna give you some context before I start this. It's 1 a.m. It's nearly 2 a.m. actually. You won't believe the amount of mishaps that have happened between, when did I start filming? 1. Yeah, it's been half an hour. That's a lot of time. Bring me, but I mean, it's a lot of time, okay? Okay. Right,
So sorry, it looks like you're going Oh no.
welcome back to part 3. My lips are dry and I don't care. Why did I point that out? Cut that shit out. Anyways. I just cut back and I just have a bunch of Vaseline.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, I was meant to. Yeah, who cares? Well, today we are going to be talking about boundaries, because boundaries are very, very important in life. I find if you don't have enough boundaries, people will step on all over you, right? I found a lot. I mean, in my past videos, I've talked quite a bit about my past, but I think everyone at some point has had low boundaries. And if not, then you've probably had the opposite, which was like really high boundaries. Because I think the importance in boundaries, and in life in general, it's about balance, you know? Like for example, if you have too low boundaries, people will step all over you. People will step all over you. But if your boundaries are too high, let's think of it as like a metaphor, like boundaries like walls. If you have no walls, people will invade you. But if your walls are too high, no one can enter. So it's about balance, you know? Getting that middle ground. And I would love to know what the middle ground is. I don't think anyone knows. I think boundaries aren't meant to be figured out in life. I feel like, I mean, you could say that about anything in life. Like answers about life. You just kind of figure out along the way. And the same thing goes with boundaries. You figure out what works for you, what people you want to let in, what people you want to keep out, what your rules are. Another important thing is to have like a bunch of rules that you stick to. If you're just walking around having no moral compass, no rules and bases to stick by, and you're just like, yeah, I'll let that person in. Yeah, I'll let that person in. Yeah, that person, I'll let them in. And you're not at least having some form of like red flag, like, I need to be careful if that person does that. I need to be careful if that person does that. I need to be careful if that person does that. I was going to think of another example. I can't. Then I think it's like how people say, also, I know you saw that. Yes, they're the same pajama pants as the last clip. Guess what? I have a freaking washing machine. That's why.
Bitch! Do not fool your motherfucking self. Do not get beside your motherfucking self, okay? Period. You are.
Anyways, it's like the famous saying. Sorry, I realised I got my train of thought back. How a friend of everyone is a friend to no one. You know? So it's that thought of like, if you're letting absolutely everyone in and you're being friends with everyone, you know, then you're not really being a friend to everyone. I'm not saying you should just stick to one people and just like kind of keep there and never branch out and open. But I'm saying if you're friends with absolutely everyone, like you're gossiping with everyone, you're having close banter with everyone, you know, like, I think not the banter part, mostly about the gossiping. Then it's like, if you're going on about everyone to everyone, it's like, who can you trust? You know, are you really close friends with anyone? I don't know. But I think that leads back to boundaries and just a good moral compass, really. Compass? I don't know. And I think I've found over my short years of living, because of course I have so much more living to do. And honestly, talking about that, coming back to that point, I wish I could write that down. I won't write it down. And I probably will forget about this train of thought. But a little short interjection. I made this channel at first, not only just to like talk to someone because I was lonely, but I made it more as like a project for my little sisters. It's like, you know what, like a Good Luck Charlie kind of situation. Because I have siblings, and I love my siblings, and therefore I want to pass down thoughts, feelings, funny moments and things like that. And I'm kind of using this channel as a startup for that, but not only that, it started off as me just kind of like spitting out my thoughts into the ether and just like seeing what would happen, and it's been cool. But then also I realised that, you know, my sisters, I won't always be there for them. As much as I love them, and I love them so much, won't always be there for them. So therefore I may as well leave these vague videos over there just for them to see. And for them to look at, for them to learn from. Which is why I'm doing this, which is why I'm doing this, but why I kept on doing it is because I've grown to love it. I've grown to love talking to myself. But yeah, I think the reason I mentioned why have not lived that long, because I haven't, it's just because it would be funny, like my sisters watching at the same age, seeing this in, like, you know, seeing their different out views and like just seeing how the world has treated them and seeing how they formulated from that treatment. Because of course, like with siblings or like with people in general, you're gonna be treated differently. So I just want to see what their outlook and perspective is, and if they resonate with what I'm saying at my age that they will be at, you know? But yeah, I made this for them, and they've actually helped me throughout this process as well. Not in the editing, I did that all myself. But you know, they helped me pick out memes and things like that, which is nice. And it's just like a bonding thing, you know, because I think in times like this, having a strong like family is important. And that may not have to be your blood family, it can be your chosen family, things like that. Just having a good people to back you up, you know? Good people to rely on, good people to lean on. That's important, like, very much important in life. But yes, back to what I was saying, was I've not lived very long. Surprise! So of course the things I'm saying may not be that nuanced, and maybe they are, I don't know. I'm just honestly talking. I'm not expecting people to take this too seriously, because honestly I'm just a girl with a camera who's doing shit. Sorry. I'm just putting my thoughts out there, and I'm just seeing if people agree, if people don't agree. If they don't agree, then whatever. If they do agree, then cool. But yeah, to round up this message, because I've been talking for like nearly 9 minutes, and honestly, this will be the clip. This will be the clip I use. I'm gonna have to cut down a lot. So much. I just know there've been so many awkward pauses and just times where I've stared into space. So, but to round this up, I've got two ending notes, because these are two notes just smashed together. If I haven't already mentioned, I just have a bunch of scripts lying around everywhere, which is why I got the idea of boundaries, because I was flicking through my notebook and I found, boundaries. I haven't talked about that, have I? I hope not. So I may as well bring that up now. Also it links in with a special reveal at the end. Oh, did I mention that there's a special reveal at the end? I mean, at this point you are at the end. I have to put it in the title. But there's a special reveal at the end, wow. But the first ending note that links into boundaries is know who you are and know what you're worth, and the people who and the oh my god. Can we get a second take of that? Right. Know who you are and know okay. Gonna pause it real quick. This is take 15. I'm joking. The ending note is know who you are and know what you're worth, and the right people will come to you and the wrong people will leave. You know? That's the first ending note. So I think we've honestly lost connection with social media. As much as I love social media, of course, I think what we've lost is truly connecting with yourself. Because as much as you can overconsume and find content that you like, it gets to a certain point where it's like, I get you like that content, but like, what do you like about yourself? Guys, can we talk about the economical and political state of the world at the moment? Like, yes. It's just, I think we've kind of lost touch in just connecting to self. And I think it's an important thing, because you literally live in this vessel, and it's like, to live in yourself and not know who you are and what you're worth, it probably is like very soul-crushing. I say that like I don't experience it all the time, as if I don't disrespect myself literally every day. Everyone does. It's just a matter of clocking that teeth. Sorry, calling myself out and being like, that was disrespectful to you. Okay, you don't look that bad. Maybe don't call yourself a cow. Maybe you'll be okay. Maybe you don't have to be the best looking. Okay, maybe it's okay to be just cool. Maybe there's no standard that you need to aspire to. Maybe you can just be cool in your own standard and not anyone else's, you know? But yes, that is the first part. The second message, and I'm actually going to lean over and reach for my notebook, because as you saw in the last clip, I messed up 15 times. I'm joking, it wasn't 15, it was like 12. But yes, the ending note. So I'm reading all my notes now, and I've realised how much I haven't talked about. No, it's fine.
Telling me I got to pay for that?
I mean, let me ask the audience.
It's totally fine. Anyways, the ending note, I say the ending note. Anytime I do an ending note, I never just end it there. The ending note just like leads on more thoughts and more talking. But my second ending note is, it doesn't hurt to just try. It really doesn't. I mean, genuinely, I think the mentality which I've lost, sadly, but I'm trying to gain back now, is that, honestly, like, insert problem, insert whatever, in a year won't matter to me. I've noticed, I used to do that all the time. That's how I would cope with things. In the fact of, like, for example, it'd be like coursework or something, and I'd be like so overwhelmed, and then it'd be like, in a year I won't have to worry about this. And not only is that uplifting, because in a year I won't have to worry about this, but it also just like puts it into perspective of, number one, how much shit we all do in a year, and also two, how much shit goes on in a year. You get me? Of like, just not letting something consume me so much that I can't see ahead of me, you know? And I'm trying to think of how that links to not hurting. Yeah, the mentality of just trying. I mean, that's how I would go ahead and do things. That's how I'd approach people I find cool and be like, hey, you look cool. Because if they say a mean comment, if they say, oh yeah, okay, whatever, then in a year I wouldn't care about that. So hell yeah, let me go compliment the people and appreciate people for what they do and how they look. Because like, we need to spread more peace and love. Yeah, we need to spread more love, like more like passion, more communication, more community, things like that. It doesn't hurt to just try. That's all I'm saying. And it links back to this whole YouTube channel and things like that, of how I've tried. But I think I've already mentioned that before, of how this thing is just like me trying and stuff. But honestly, it's less about me trying, more about me just putting my thoughts out into the ether. Have I just said ether again? Yes, I did. But you don't remember the last time I said ether. So actually, like, just shut up. But yes, this is my final ending note. It doesn't hurt to just try. And whatever you're thinking about, unless it's like something illegal, don't try that, kids, sorry. People, don't try that. If you're thinking of doing something illegal, don't try that. But if it's something that makes you a little bit nervous, but you know in the long run could benefit you, hell yeah, try it. Because in a year, will you really care about that? If it's a new haircut, try it. Talking about haircuts, haha! Well, brilliant segue. I actually didn't mean to do that. Brilliant segue. You may have noticed, I no longer have braids because I did all those videos I did before with my braids, and suddenly I have no braids, and suddenly I have a scarf on. Ah! Which, by the way, this is not hijab. My respect to all Islam, this is not hijab. And I'm sorry if this is appropriation. I just thought it was a black scarf. This is not hijab. But I'm not showing you now. But I have no hair. Yes, I did it. I buzzed my hair. Oh yeah. I shall insert clips here. Or pictures here. I just show you like that one meme. See, this is the problem. Before I filmed the first clip, I didn't know that I was inserting memes. And now I know, I'm like, ha, what if I just insert a meme here? Or there, or there, or there. No, stop. Stop. Stop.
Girl. Me too.
Stop it. But yes, I have no hair. Don't judge me, please. I mean, it's easier for wigs and things like that. But yes, I will insert pictures if I want to. If I won't, then I won't. You can just like know that I'm bald. And you might want to choose why'd you go bald? I don't know. I just got tired, so I said, why not do something new? And also, will I really care about it in a year? Will I have as much hair as I did before? I don't know. But like, fuck it. And I think also, it kind of made me, like, forced me to like face forward my insecurities about my forehead. Because, especially like before, like during filming this actually, like to be genuinely honest, felt it. I was like, oh my god. I was like looking at myself and I was like, damn, that forehead is big. But then who cares? Generally, who cares? I'm not living to anyone's standards. I think I look sick as fuck. So hell yeah, my forehead may be big, but that doesn't inherently mean it's a bad thing. My forehead's big, but just so is my ass. Can it pause? So yeah, that's all I have to say. And this clip is 18 minutes. I'm gonna be editing for the next 2 months. Help! Yes, but this is the end. I'm pretty sure I also said that I was gonna do some blooper reels, maybe. So you may see that. If not, then I'm gonna just like ask me privately. I can send you some. If you're my friend. If you know the secret code, you figure out the secret code that I've hidden throughout this video, you can get some blooper reels. No. No, yeah. This is the end. The end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please hype this video because I'm a small creator and you'd be hyping up. If you hype up my video, you are supporting a small creator who is small. You're helping people grow. I want to spread my domain to more people. Spread joy to more people. Spread messages to more people. Yes. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening and watch me just kind of. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. So like in the next 6 years, right? Six. I'm sorry. I promised myself I'm just gonna.